$1 billion that we can't afford. And here he is promising the earth to the good folk of Te Aratu. Shame on that member.
Mr Chair.
Claire Curran.
Mr Chair, just before I start, I'd just like to put on the record that, you know, on this side of the House there are a few people who have got a bit of experience in transport. Speaking as someone who's got their heavy traffic licence, I'd love to know who else in the House has got their heavy traffic licence. Hands up, there are those on that side of the House who have got their heavy traffic licence. Oh, well, okay, good, pretty good. Hands up anyone who's had anyone in their family who's worked in the railways. That's good.
Point of order.
I seek leave to make a personal explanation about just that. I have a right to seek leave for that.
You have, but the practice of this House is that it's done after a member has finished speaking, not to interrupt. Look, the member should raise a point of order about that, if that's the case. I never heard that, and I'm not entering into dialogue with the member. If the member wishes to make a personal statement, he should do that when the bell goes.
Mr Chair, maybe he can talk to me about it later. Mr Chair, I'd like to agree with Simon Bridges on one thing. And that is...
Andrew Little's a little bit like Rachel Hunter?
Mr Chair, I'd like to agree with him that let's back the workers. Let's back the workers of Kiwi Rail. 4,300.
Right. Get them behind
let's
Kiwi Rail.
Back the workers of Kiwi Rail. Let's back their skills. Let's back their jobs. Let's keep their jobs in New Zealand. Let's value their jobs. Let's make sure that those jobs are valued in our country and that those people have a future, and that we actually do think that it's worthwhile building rolling stock in this country and not buying dodgy stock from other countries. Mr Chair, there's a few things that New Zealanders are known for, the things that make us as a nation stand out. The first one is Kiwi ingenuity. That's that thing, that number 8 wire thing, that thing that makes us creative. We're a nation of resourceful people. We're creative inventors. The other is value for money. We like to get the best out of things, and we don't like to spend too much, and we like quality, and we like things to last. We also like a fair go. All of those values have been undermined by this government's decision to put the screws on Kiwi Rail and to buy cheap. You buy cheap and you get cheap, Mr Chair. That's what this government has done. And it's ruining, and it will be ruining the day that it did. This government's turnaround plan is coming back to bite it. It's turning around to bite it on the bum. Their decisions to procure the rolling stock from outside New Zealand is coming back to bite them. The first one, well, the one that we've heard about a week ago, was the 500 wagons that lost, that had to have all of their brake pads replaced. What an outrage. All of those wagons could have been produced in this country. Then this week we hear the prized locomotives, $75 million worth of locomotives that John Key, Stephen Joyce and Jerry Brownlee have all praised to the heavens, are a lemon. In fact, they're a whole lemon tree. They're plagued by serious faults. Faults of execution. Faults of execution. The Chinese have built lots of locos, but they've never designed them. We were a test market for them to design those locos. As a result, they've got serious faults, and we are having to pay the price of that. They're costing us around $150 million, and the Minister for SOEs today couldn't answer the question in the House as to whether we've paid for the second lot. So maybe the Junior Minister of Transport could get up here tonight and tell us whether this country has paid for that second lot of locos. I think it's pretty important that we know the answer to that question. Mr Chair, there are some serious questions around this. How long does this warranty last? What is the estimated cost of repairing those locos? What's the loss of revenue to KiwiRail from freight movements while they're under constant repair? And what's the impact on KiwiRail's freight business? That's so important to KiwiRail's turnaround plan, and which is integral to this government's turnaround plan. I just want to read you a little story about what's happening. Hillside is currently up for sale, Mr Chair. Currently, KiwiRail Freight wants the ZH wagons modified, Mr Chair.
A point of order, Honourable Tauhenere.
I seek leave to make a personal explanation with regards to the comments